In this video, we're going to show you join up. The join up activity is done in a round pen with a horse and a flag or a whip. You want to make sure the round pen is a good circle for the horse to move around the child. We also make sure that your child has done the basics and has mastered that activity. The objective of this activity is so that the child can start to build a connection with the horse independently and while the horse is not attached to him. This builds independence, assertiveness, energy modulation, regulation, focus. It covers all of the life skills. All right, let's show you how it's done. Okay, so when you're getting ready to do join up, what you want is to bring the horse into a round pen. The horse is not going to have a lead rope on, and you're going to want to have a stick of some sort. Your stick might just be a stick, it might have a rope on it, it might have a bag, whatever your facility uses. But what's important is to make sure that the horse is okay with the stick, because with natural horsemanship, all sticks are just extensions of our own arms. So we want to make sure that they don't think that we're a threat and that they're not afraid of this stick. This is really important for you to teach the kid to do every single time that you do join up. Now, if you're not used to join up or you haven't done it before or you want some more practice, definitely talk with your program director about getting you out to the property as much as possible to practice, maybe before and after sessions. Don't worry, this isn't something that you're going to be doing on your first session or even your fifth or sixth session. This is something that you build up to. But I will say that many people do this with horses that are fresh and don't have any training, like wild Mustangs. So the horse doesn't need to be specifically trained. Because you're using the herd psychology and you're speaking their language, they know what you're asking them to do. Now, this is Cheyenne. We're gonna welcome, so her ears perk up with that bag. So this is just, my energy is kind of saying to her, you're all right, good girl. I mean no harm. And you want the child to do this on both sides. Everything you do to one side of a horse, you want to do to another. Okay, and once you're ready to get started with join up, I'm going to show you the proper hand signals that you use and driving signals that you use. When you want the horse to go forward, you're going to point in the direction very assertively that you want them to go. And that's your first step. Then you're going to use this to drive them, pointed behind their rear, drive them forward. And then you continue to kind of up your assertion until they do what you ask them to do. And then you release your pressure a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try to get her to walk and then trot, turn directions, and do the same in both ways. And then join up at the end, which you'll get to see is her turning into me and connecting. Okay. Okay, so I have my hand out and I'm realizing Cheyenne needs a little encouragement. So I'll step forward, only to give her that. Now you do want to try to stay as close to the center of the arena as possible. You do not want to be walking around with the horse asking them to go constantly, okay? Because the alpha moves the other feet. So the alpha's feet should stay planted unless I'm having to assert myself. Okay, we're going to move her forward and move it up to a trot. So many therapy horses are lazy, right? And that's what we love about them, is that they're very predictable. So we usually just go from a walk to a trot But if you have not asked the horse to go back to a walk, you have to reiterate to keep trotting. Okay? Now she wants to change directions there, we're not going to let her. She starts taking me a little bit more seriously as an alpha. And only when I say it's okay are we going to change directions. Good girl. And when I want her to slow down, I release my energy a little. Keep the pointer up, but I bring my whip down. Bring it back up if she's going to come into me. Now I want her to walk, but I want her to walk out there. There. I did that by pointing my belly button down, kind of slouching, lowering my energy. Okay, and now I'm going to bring up my energy to ask her for that trot. And a change in direction, backpedaling straight back, and then just switching your hands and your whip. And then back to the center. And now I want her to walk, so I'm just gonna lower my energy, but I want her to stay out there. This is the hardest part for kids and horses, is walking out there on the rail. Kids want horses to go faster, and a lot of times with a driving mechanism, the horses want to trot. So actually a walk is great. Teaches kids to come from big energy to small energy. We can assert ourselves, ask for that trot again. And then bring ourselves down to ask for that walk. You can barely see it, it's just in the energy. And then you turn away when you're ready for them to come in. And that's why they call it join up. Because the horse has joined with you and is connected with you. And after a successful join up, a horse should follow you. So, as you can see, this is probably super cool for kids to do, super cool for mentors to do, and it just takes some practice. Once you learn your horse, this is the first time I've worked with this horse, but once you learn your horse and you work with the same one every week, you'll get it down. The main thing is your hand signals, using your driving, and not backing down. So you want to be assertive, and what you say goes. And the horse will actually trust you and come into you at the end because they believe that you can keep them safe. A lot like the alpha in the herd.